Now, I generally make these videos on Friday if it calls for it, and even though it's a Monday, I still wanted to at least talk about this real quick. So if any of y'all paid attention to the next week in Destiny message that you would have seen anytime you logged on for the first time after Friday, you would notice that at the very bottom, we got bonus Vanguard ranks along with double Nightfall rewards on a week in which the Lake of Shadows is going to be the Nightfall, which is pretty chill. That meatball in the middle strike may have a lot of health, but for the most part, it's a pretty chill GM. And the fact that you get a week where you can both get double ranks along with double rewards means it's going to be raining over in the Grandmasters next week. Now, of course, this is a great time to stock up on those resources like Ascendant Shards, Enhancement Prisms, and Nightfall Ciphers if you could actually stack more than just 10. Also, with the double ranks, you'll be stocking up on a lot of Vanguard Ingrams, and not this Tuesday, the 12th, but on March 19th, the following Tuesday, that's when we're going to have access to this new Slammer heavy stasis sword, and it is a vortex frame. Okay, so think of basically the guillotine as just stasis. They also have the same model. Now, unlike the wild style, which when everybody saw its perk pool, it was just complete utter disappointment, the Slammer, that's such a funny name, actually has a pretty intriguing perk pool, especially just on first glance. You do see that there are some pretty cool stuff here. Okay, I think one of the most eye-catching perks in the third column is going to be Eager Edge. This is the third ever sword that can actually roll with Eager Edge, and obviously we haven't gotten the new Eager Edge sword in over 2 years, so that is pretty cool. There also is something like Chain Reaction as well in the third column. Could be pretty fun, although I don't know if you're going to be using your sword to add clear that much that often these days, but hey, I mean, look, there's just some cool stuff here in the third column regardless. And I think low-key swords with attrition orbs could basically spawn an orb while you're doing your DPS, and you could just reproc your surges by yourself with attrition orbs. That might be something worth looking at. I'm not fully recommending it, but I'm just saying, hey, there's options. Now, in the fourth column, I think one perk that's going to jump out to a lot of people is bait and switch, as this would be the first sword to roll bait and switch. Although, as far as I'm aware, I think vortex frames still do less DPS and less damage than something like an adaptive frame, which is the same frame that Bequest is. So I don't really think that this is going to out DPS something like an enhanced surrounded Bequest would, but I know people are going to see bait and switch on a sword and their eyes are definitely going to perk up a bit. Definitely have to mention it. And then the other perk that I think people are looking at least one that caught my eyes, is Cold Steel. Powered hits from your sword are going to apply slow stacks. The light attacks apply 40 and the heavy attacks apply 60. Honestly, I kind of want to play around with this. I think it could be pretty fun. And what you can do is you can use this week while we have double ranks to stock up a lot of Vanguard Ingrams, and then on March 19th you can go ahead and decrypt a bunch of Slammers until you get the roll you want, which will be really useful if you're not able to run the Grandmaster, and even if you are, it'll just be really useful to have a lot of Ingrams ready to go to try and decrypt the new sword and play around with it. And you still will be able to stockpile some of those good in-game resources this week while farming up a bunch of your Vanguard ranks, so it's a win-win situation. Just want to throw you guys a little heads up in case you weren't aware. Remember, if you ever want to get your games and DLC for a cheaper price, hit up Instant Gaming, top link in the description. Thank you for watching the video. You guys be safe, take care, consider subscribing, and we'll see beautiful faces in the next one. Adios.